Welcome to our video on 10 Common Climate Myths. What scientists want you to know. In this presentation, we'll tackle popular misconceptions about climate change that often cloud public understanding and debate. From the belief that climate change is merely a natural cycle to the notion that individual actions don't make a difference, we'll debunk these myths with scientific evidence and insights. Join us as we explore the truth behind these widespread misconceptions and why they matter in the fight against climate change. 1. Climate change is just a natural cycle. It's often claimed that climate change is simply a part of Earth's natural cycles. While it's true that our planet has experienced shifts in climate over millions of years, the current rapid warming trend is not natural. Scientists emphasize that the significant increase in global temperatures since the late 19th century is largely due to human activities. Greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide from burning fossil fuels, are the main culprits. Unlike natural cycles, this human-induced change is happening at an unprecedented rate, leaving less time for ecosystems and societies to adapt. So, while natural cycles do exist, the changes we're seeing now are largely our doing. 2. There is no scientific consensus on climate change. A common myth is that scientists are divided on whether climate change is occurring and its causes. In reality, there's a robust consensus among climate scientists. Over 97% agree that climate change is happening and that human activities are the primary driver. This agreement is as strong as the consensus on smoking causing cancer. The scientific community has gathered evidence from various fields, such as meteorology, oceanography, and glaciology, to support this conclusion. This overwhelming agreement highlights the urgency of addressing climate change and dispels the myth of scientific disagreement. 3. Global warming stopped in the early 2000s. Some believe that global warming came to a halt in the early 2000s, but this is a misunderstanding. While there may be short-term variations, the long-term trend clearly shows a rise in average global temperatures. Recent years have consistently been among the hottest on record, with 2016 being a standout year for high temperatures. Factors like volcanic eruptions or ocean currents can temporarily influence climate conditions, but they don't alter the overall upward trend. The idea that global warming has stopped is misleading and ignores the broader picture. 4. Climate models are unreliable. Critics often argue that climate models can't be trusted. However, these models are grounded in established scientific principles and have proven to be reliable in many instances. They use complex mathematical equations to simulate the interactions between the atmosphere, oceans, and land. Over the years, they've successfully predicted trends such as the increase in global temperatures and changes in precipitation patterns. As technology advances, these models continue to improve, providing even more accurate predictions. Dismissing climate models overlooks their proven track record and the continuous advancements being made. 5. Individual actions don't matter. There's a common myth that individual efforts to combat climate change are insignificant. While systemic changes are crucial, individual actions do play an important role. Simple measures like reducing energy consumption, recycling, and using public transport can collectively make a significant impact. Consider a single drop in a bucket. Alone, it seems tiny, but together with many drops, it can fill the bucket. Similarly, when millions of people make small changes, the cumulative effect can be substantial. Every effort counts in the fight against climate change. 6. Renewable energy can't replace fossil fuel. Some argue that renewable energy sources can't fully replace fossil fuels. However, advancements in technology have made renewables like solar and wind more viable and cost-effective. Countries around the world are increasingly shifting towards renewable energy, reducing their dependence on fossil fuels. Germany, for instance, has made significant strides in incorporating renewables into its energy mix. These technologies not only reduce greenhouse gas emissions but also create jobs and stimulate economic growth. The myth that renewables can't replace fossil fuels is being debunked by real-world examples. 7. Climate change is only an environmental issue. it's a common misconception that climate change solely impacts the environment. In truth, its effects extend far beyond nature. Climate change can affect public health, as extreme weather events increase the risk of disease outbreaks. Economic stability is also at risk, with industries like agriculture and fisheries facing challenges due to changing weather patterns. Social justice issues arise, as vulnerable communities often bear the brunt of climate impacts. Climate change is a multifaceted issue that touches every aspect of society, making it essential for comprehensive action. 8. All climate change solutions are expensive. Many believe that addressing climate change is too costly, but this is not the case. Numerous solutions, such as energy efficiency improvements, can save money over time. For example, insulating homes reduces energy bills and conserves energy, benefiting both individuals and the environment. Investments in renewable energy and sustainable practices can also create jobs and stimulate economic growth. By focusing on cost-effective solutions, we can tackle climate change while reaping economic benefits. The myth that all solutions are expensive overlooks the potential for financial savings and growth. 9. Polar bears are the only animals affected by climate change. Polar bears are often seen as the poster species for climate change, but they're far from the only animals affected. Many species, from coral reefs to amphibians, are experiencing the impacts of changing climates. Coral reefs, for example, are suffering from ocean acidification and warming waters, leading to widespread bleaching. Migratory birds face challenges as their habitats shift and food sources dwindle. The effects of climate change ripple through ecosystems, highlighting the broader ecological consequences. It's important to recognize the wide-ranging impacts on biodiversity. 10. Carbon dioxide is not a pollutant. Some argue that carbon dioxide isn't a pollutant because it's a natural part of the atmosphere. While it's true that CO2 is essential for life, excessive levels from human activities pose significant environmental risks. High concentrations of CO2 trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, contributing to global warming. This greenhouse effect leads to rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and other climate-related changes. Classifying CO2 as a pollutant underscores the importance of reducing emissions to protect our planet. Understanding its role is crucial for addressing climate change.